I'm Tato Cat and welcome to my channel. Today we're playing Ace Academy. It's been a long time. Previously, we went to the hot bookstore with Mayu, learned that she does fanfic, dropped her off, met Sho to help his lady friend help him with gifting his lady friend something, and then we decided to hang out with Kaori at a what seems to be a 24-hour daycare because the sun is setting and well, yeah. And that is where we left off, so let us continue. Maybe I can help. Hello.
If that's what you want, then I guess you can help. But don't forget it's still work.
Well, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Don't call me ma'am. Now hurry up and get here.
Yes, sir. Before I have a chance to say one of my sick rebuttals, don't worry, Satsuma, I made one. She hangs up on the phone. Damn. Oh well, I better not be late or Kaori will be angry. I find my bike and drive to the daycare. When I arrive, Kaori is nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found. I follow a group of adults into the building. Isn't this the library background? This doesn't look like a daycare. It could be a daycare at a library. There we go. A 24-hour daycare at a library. That's why it's so late. It happens when the library closes. They're either parents or staff. By the way, they'll get me where I need to be. Considering there are no kids tagging along, I think it's safe to say that they're staff. We pass through one of the children's playrooms, and continue into the office in the back. Kaori is there with another guy, discussing something I can't hear. She nods in greeting when I enter. Once everyone gets situated, the guy clears his throat.
Hello everyone. I know we haven't had one of these staff meetings in a while, but it's going to be a bit busy today since Daiichi is on vacation and Hibiki called in sick.
Sorry, I was expecting a shadowy figure, but we get an actual person. Eito Iwasa must be very important.
Luckily, Kaori's friend has offered to help out, so we'll only be short one man instead of two.
Everyone stares at me. He smiles in my direction. Hi, I'm Satsumaima. Happy to help.
Glad to meet you. I'm Eito Iwasa. Since we'll have to do a little shuffling with coverage, here are everyone's roles for today.
Eito checks his clipboard and goes down a list of names. Kaori. Sorry. List of names. Kaori waits silently as Eito takes charge. Once he's finished, he looks at me.
Since you're from ACE, we'll have you tutoring the older kids.
That makes a lot of sense. You have credentials and you don't really know who I am. And we don't have... I guess his little sister is an experience, but, taking care of toddlers and whatnot. I nod.
Kaori and I will attend to the toddlers and younger kids.
I'm surprisingly pumped for this past assignment. Tutoring kids should be a piece of cake, considering how much I've helped Nikki in the past. I'm such a good Oni-chan. We are the best Oni-chan. Our little sister makes food for us and then we eat it. We threaten her boyfriends. All her friends love us. Yeah, we're the best Oni-chan. With everyone's roles assigned, the group slowly disperses. One of the staff members offers to take me to the tutoring room. I thank them and follow her into a room filled with children between 4th and 6th grade. Seeing a new face, the kids kept interrupting me to ask questions about myself. They were especially curious because I didn't look very Japanese. They asked about where I was from, what was it like back home, what was it like to be a pilot. I tried hard to keep their focus on their homework, but it was a lot tougher than expected. Finally, I gave up and answered the questions. Honestly, it's just easier to do that. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink. You're going to hear drink noises. I'm drinking a very large 2-liter bottle. I feel like getting a cup. Okay, there we go. But yeah, it's just easier to answer the questions. Once you get their curiosity out of the way, then they'll be able to focus. Because otherwise they're just going to be thinking about the question that you're not answering. Unless it's a really dumb question. Once their questions were out of the way, they were able to focus on their homework. Although they tried hard, most of the children had difficulty grasping the material. I could tell they were frustrated, so I tried to think up different ways of explaining the same things, which helped immensely. After a while, it looks like everyone's on track. I'll go see how Kaori is doing. It doesn't take me long to find the younger kids. All I had to do was follow the sounds of shrieks and laughter. Oh. Of course she's good with children. All tsunderes are. I gently push open the door and see Kaori surrounded by children. Both of her arms are full of kids, and one even hangs off her back. You know that happens. The rest hug her legs, although Kaori weakly protests. The huge smile on her face gives away her true feelings. This is very cute. Although this is not safe. She should definitely hold on to this child. I've never seen her this happy before. A chorus of "Yes, Kaori!" circles her as the children compete for her attention. Suddenly, the child on Kaori's back slips with a sharp yelp. She grabs a strap on Kaori's clothing.
Careful!
The strap falls off her shoulder as she bends down so the child can land softly on a table.
I got it.
Is this just the uniform? Cool. Eito gently places the strap back on Kaori's shoulder. I wait in secret, glee for the impending doom Eito has inflicted upon himself by touching her. But to my surprise, Kaori doesn't react. As Eito tries to take one of the kids out of Kaori's hands, the child looks at Eito for a second, then burrows her face into Kaori's shoulder. Kaori laughs.
I don't think she wants to leave anytime soon.
Eito laughs too.
I can't really blame her.
Ooh la la! Do I see a young love in the air? Oh, sorry. Ooh la la! Do I sense young love in the air? I can't help but grin.
Since you've got your hands full, why don't I take care of their snacks and set up for the next activity?
That'd be great, thanks.
No problem.
They smile at each other. They can't fight in front of children, Satsuma. Like, even if she hated him, she can't just explode when there are small children around her. They smile at each other. Wow, a smile from Kaori? It must be serious. I tiptoe back out of the room and return to my older kids. It looks like Kaori is doing more than okay. Another hour passes in a blur, and before long, the parents trickle in to collect their children. The kids whine that they want to stay longer with Miss Kaori, but their parents urge them home. After all the kids have gone, the staff wave goodbye to each other and pack up to go home too. Before I go, I want to catch up with Kaori. I find her with Eito, cleaning up the toddler's room. Eito makes a comment which has Kaori laughing. Kaori laughing at somebody else's jokes? I never thought I'd see the day. I chuckle to myself. Better not ruin their moment. I can catch up with Kaori tomorrow. Before I can slip away again, Kaori notices me and heads over.
Hey,
I stop my giggling and clear my throat. She raises an eyebrow.
what's up with you?
I can't believe she doesn't know.
Uncle Miguel doesn't have us right. Eito has one, but Uncle doesn't. Oh, I guess he does. I spin around and spot Uncle Miguel, chuckling behind me. I know, right? It's cute how oblivious she is. Miguel nods, but Kaori huffs.
What is wrong with you two?
Hey Kaori, I'm heading off. I'll see you later.
Kaori's demeanor softens when she waves at Eito.
Oh, yeah, sure. Good work today.
You too.
Miguel chuckles again and pitches his voice.
Good work today.
You too. Kaori freezes as her face turns beet red.
It's nothing like that.
Sure.
We believe you.
Stop!
She scowls at us and stomps back into the toddler's room and throws toys into their bins. Young love, so precious. Miguel grins. I'm glad I came out today. I got to see another side of Kaori, one that I won't soon let her forget. After gathering all my things, I drive home. That sounded like a frog. My stomach growls loudly as I park my bike in the garage. Nikki, please be home for once. I wonder what we're going to have for dinner. As I enter the kitchen, I see a dainty strawberry cake sitting on the kitchen table. Cake for dinner? I peer closely at the layered cake and use my finger to taste the whipped cream. It melts on my tongue and a cloud of sweetness. Don't just eat cake that you don't know what it's there for. I peer closely at the layered cake and yeah, I read that part. I forgot that game did that. This game does that. Melts on my tongue. A cloud of sweetness. Fresh whipped cream. That's only kind of whipped cream. It's the only kind of whipped cream I'll eat. Man, Mom spoiled blah blah blah. Mom spoiled us. She never bought whipped cream because she'd always make it herself. Wait a minute. Mom's birthday. Nikki? Did Nikki bake this cake for Mom's birthday? I searched the house, but see no sign of her. There's no text from her on my phone either. Clearly, she came home after school, which means there's only one place she can be. I grab my keys and hop back on my bike to find Nikki. We live next to a park back home, and Nikki would often escape to there when she was upset. Just as I expected, I find Nikki swinging forlornly in the park. Her head bent as she gazes down at something in her hands. I take a seat beside her. She glances at me but doesn't speak. Instead, she cups the open locket in her hands, the one that usually hangs around her neck. Inside is a picture of Mom and Dad. You okay?
I don't know.
Mom would have loved that cake you made her. Nikki snaps the locket shut and holds it to her chest.
I had to do something, you know? Today is Mom's birthday and I couldn't not celebrate it.
I know.
So I thought I'd make her a cake like we used to, but then
Her voice trembles, and she takes a minute to compose herself.
that cake, it was like it was taunting me. A reminder that Mom will never get a chance to eat it. It's not fair.
This is a very well-lit park. Nikki's knuckles turn white as she clutches at the locket. Her hands begin to shake.
I barely got any time with her before she was taken away, and I just want her back.
Nikki,
I know I'm being crazy, but I just keep thinking it's my fault.
tears trickle down her cheeks and leave wet stains on her shirt. Instinctively, I pull her in for a hug, and she leans against me. This wasn't your fault, Nikki.
It is!
You had no control over this. She pulls away and falls silent. When she finally speaks, her voice is thick.
I missed the bus that day.
What?
The reason I left the cafe is because I missed the bus and needed a ride home. I keep thinking, what if I had just gotten on that bus as soon as class ended? I wasn't even doing anything important. I was just hanging out and lost track of time. I remember being so annoyed when they didn't show up. I was so angry I had to walk home, and all I could think about was how much
Her voice falters.
I hated them.
You didn't mean that. You were angry.
What kind of daughter thinks like that? When I remember, I just feel so disgusted with myself.
I mean, a lot of teenagers think like that, I would assume. Be that as it may, what happened wasn't your fault, Nikki. You didn't tell that driver to hit them. You can't keep blaming yourself.
Then why do I feel like I'm being punished?
Because this sucks. Because it's so easy to think about it all. Think about all the years that have been stolen from you, and to lament that loss. But you can't keep thinking like that. Look on the positive side. I didn't fare much better. Be happy for the time you did spend together. Yeah. Be happy for the time you did. Focus on all the good times you had with them. The last thing Mom and Dad would want is for you to be sad because of them. They want you to be happy.
I know. I just miss them so much.
I know. I miss them too. But, on the bright side, at least you still got me. Nikki sighs. What do you mean, ha?
I thought you were trying to make me feel better, not worse.
Hey. She lets out a weak laugh. Her tears have stopped, and some color is returning to her face. Remember Mom's cake from last year? It was completely inedible.
You mean the second cake? The one you baked for Mom because you forgot her birthday?
Yeah. Whoops. Nikki laughs.
Mom tried so hard to eat it, but eventually she just gave up.
Not my finest moment. But at least it wasn't as bad as the one Dad baked the year before.
You mean when he almost burned our entire house down?
Nikki laughs so hard she snorts. which only makes her laugh harder. Her laughter is infectious, and I can't help but join in. I think I got a lot more of Dad in me than you do.
Yeah, but it's not all bad. You got a lot of his good qualities, too. Like how you're always there for me when I need you.
It's a hard job, but somebody has to do it. Nikki bumps me playfully with her swing.
Rude!
No, you know it's rude. Leaving a perfectly delicious cake untouched in the kitchen.
That's true. It was made for eating.
So, let's go eat it. Grinning from ear to ear, Nikki nods and stands up. Together, we head to my bike and I drive us back home. As soon as I park, the two of us hop off my bike and eagerly rush into the kitchen, then freeze. Oh no, what were they doing in the kitchen? There's only 1/3 of the cake. Okay. After the whole pumpkin thing, there's only 1/3 of the cake remaining, and a trail of crumbs starts from the kitchen table and into Uncle Kaito's face. I can only stare in stunned silence at the scene.
Uncle Kaito?
He pauses. A fork full of moist yellow cake is halfway in his mouth.
Did you eat all of the cake?
Uncle Kaito looks from his fork to Nikki, then back at the fork.
I want my lawyer.
Nikki and I burst out laughing as Uncle Kaito shoves the fork into his mouth. Nikki and I split the rest of the cake while Kaito looks on longingly. Was he just gonna eat a whole cake? But how big is this cake? It seems like a lot for one person if it's like a big cake. Nikki is all smiles for the rest of the night as Uncle Kaito asks us about our day. I tuck into bed early as I know I'll have a busy day of frolicking in the hot springs tomorrow. Soon, I'm dreaming about Mayu steaming up the hot water. I wake up at the first sound of my alarm and jump out of bed. I need to meet my friends at the train station so we can all head over to the hot springs together. And I'd rather not be the last one there. They might leave without me. Just kidding. No, they wouldn't. Would they? They totally would. You know they would. I mean, sure, Mayu might fight for us, but Sho and Kaori will definitely leave us behind. And Valerie, because she thinks it'd be amusing. Yuna might be like, please don't. And then, like, both Mayu and Yuna would get run over. So, yeah. Either way, I throw on some clothes and race to pack up what I need. After grabbing a quick breakfast, I hop on my bike and drive to the train station. After I read that part, I haven't been back here since my arrival to Izakaze. It's exactly the same as I remember it. People bustling back and forth, and the whole station is blanketed with the buzz of conversations. For some reason, the warm familiarity is comforting. We'll see how our spa day goes in the next episode. Hopefully I probably won't have to censor anything. It's fine, but there's probably going to be a lot of fan service. We'll see. I'm Tato Cat. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.